Hi everybody, Katie Camrad from Katie's Midlife Vlog channel. So I wanted to do a quick update, midlife couch confessions today. Um, well, I got the really cool astronaut nebula uh, star projector thingy from TikTok, so I'm showing it off. And that'd be kind of cool to have that on in my background. You see me in stars and cool nebulas changing colors. This is really cool actually. I'm very happy. I only paid $12 for it, and it came in my mail in 3 days. So I'm very happy with this purchase. As an artist, this is a great way for me to meditate and self-soothe, especially at night and while I'm painting too. I have it projected on my wall, but I like it more so projected on my ceiling. But I thought for today's topic, I'd have kind of a uh, melancholy background like this, soothing background. So today is the year anniversary to my father's passing away. I told you how I'd be doing a video about this. Um, what it's like losing my parent, losing my father. Um, my mom is still around. She's in her mid 70s, mid to late 70s, 77, I think, 78. My dad passed away when he was 79. He was going to be 80. Um, and I'm 52, so I lost my father at 52 years old. I'm going to be 53 in September. Oh, this is so cool. Haha, I like it. Um, so what it's been like for me is kind of surreal. I kind of feel like an orphan. It's kind of made me a little more lonelier because I don't have any friends right now. I don't have any real solid long-term friendships with anybody. Although I just might be making friends with one of my neighbors. She's like, we should be friends, and I am making friends with somebody from one of my merchants that I DoorDash to. I have her phone number and we text once in a while. So I'm slowly rebuilding new friendships from losing everybody from my past, basically. And I've been quite lonely since 2020, really. I reconnected with a few of them, and then it just turned out to be a one time thing where they just use me for gossip and that's it, and then they go away. Um, and they were from high school and middle school. And like I told you in a previous video, one girl I tried to meet up with, woman I tried to meet up, she was 52, same age as me. I went to school with her since middle school. We were friends since middle school while I was in the back brace and everything. But I also noticed on her Facebook page that she's friends with people that do not like me from high school, which is really odd because, why would she be friends with people that don't like me and try to maintain a friendship with me? Although I was the one that reached out to her both times. And this time I sat at IKEA for an hour and a half waiting for her to meet up with me, and she never did. And she kept saying she was on her way, but she never was. And, she could have been courteous enough to say, hey, don't come out there yet. I'm not going to be out there for another hour and a half. We agreed to meet at 1 o'clock, and she knew that I had to start working at 3. So it's like she was trying to find a way to be evasive without being rude. And when I told her, I was like, I'm going home, I sat here for an hour and we'll meet up another time. She just gave me a thumbs up and that's it. Not, I'm sorry for making you wait. I'm sorry. It's just rude and inconsiderate of me. And I realized I can't reach out to anybody from my past unless I want to be disrespected the way I was before. And I lost a lot of my previous friends because they were believing bad things about me that weren't true, like that I was a copycat and I'm bipolar when I wasn't. And it turned out to be a hormone disorder, and they kept, using things against me that weren't true about me and ganging up against me and bullying me. So basically, there were bullies that I basically hung on to since middle school, since I was in the back brace. And, not all of them I was friends with since the back brace, but some of them have reached out to me 30 years later, in our 40s and 50s, tried to be friends with me, and then would turn against me for no freaking reason other than little reasons, or like I had to cancel plans because I got sick. So they're you know rejecting me after 3 or 4 years of being close to me and stuff. And so and then I had friendship with a group of women too, like that were in their 40s and 50s. This was all before 2017 when I lost everybody. Um, those were the ones that were accusing me of doing things that I wasn't, like copying them when I wasn't, and getting ideas off of them and stealing ideas off of them when I wasn't, when they were doing it to me. I had issues with people doing that to me since I was young, and even with my ex. And it's like, why? You know, when they were doing it to me, like, it's okay if you're inspired by me and steal off of me, but it's not okay for me to even be inspired off of you or anything like that. You know, like, why are our ideas, my idea is such a big stink to everybody, you know? So I had to get rid of a lot of people like that because they were just not my friends. They were not my supporters. They were not, a couple of them went to art shows and a couple of them, one or two art shows. But then when it came to actually being a friend, it's like, no, you know what I mean? It's just real evasive and real cold and distant and not really um, supportive, not a really positive, encouraging, uplifting friendship. You know what I mean? Um, so I'm rebuilding my friendship at 52 years old, and I've been lonely because of it. I've been in isolation mostly since 2020, since 2017, actually, really. And like I said, the two or three times that somebody from my past reached out to me, it just turned out to be a one time deal, and that's it. And this huge disappointment. So losing my father was kind of a big deal for me. Although when we had our funeral, his funeral in January, that was mostly about my brother, you know. But I admit I said I didn't want to help at first. I said I didn't really want to be a part of it. I didn't, I'm not going to speak at the funeral. It's just too hard. I couldn't be in the ICU room with him when basically what happened was he passed away from getting sick from his hip surgery. He had his hip surgery and last summer, and hip replacement basically. And he was fine for a week. He went home the next day after his surgery, and he ended up getting sick, and then he ended up having a stroke, and he was back in the ICU, and he was there for 2 weeks before he passed away. Ended up in a coma within a week, and um, yeah, he was in ICU the whole time, and I just couldn't see him there. I mean, I did FaceTime him and say I love you, Dad, and get better when he was before he went under because they had to put him in a medically induced coma. And he said I love you back, and we had a good conversation before he had his hip surgery. He told me he was proud of me for all the art that I've been making for my mom and how in the house and everything, and to keep going with my art. And because I'm an artist, in case you guys haven't known from my uh, previous videos. If you're new to this channel, I'm new to this channel. I just opened it up a few weeks ago, Katie's Midlife Vlog channel. And I have another channel I opened up a few years ago, but I kept private for a while. It's my art channel, Veil to Artistry, VEIL number 2 Artistry. I'll put it up on the screen. That's where I paint and draw, crochet and make jewelry and play piano. And so, yeah, so I've been making a lot of art, but I haven't been selling much art. So I'm hoping to sell more art either on YouTube or I'm not on Facebook. I have a hard time being on Facebook because there's just too many people from my past. Um, not just it's too dangerous for me. At least for now. Maybe I'll get back on in the future and sell my art. Who knows? Because I did sell quite a bit of art on my Facebook page, art page, and Katie Camrad page when I was going through my cancer treatments, my radiation treatments and surgeries and such. And so, um, but I haven't done any selling much this year, maybe to one or two people, which is fine. The economy is bad this year, gas prices and groceries and everything. Um, so I miss my dad's encouragement. Um, but long story short, uh, I was able to say goodbye to him over the phone when he was before he passed, when they took him off life support, and he it only took him 20 minutes before he passed. And I said, I love you, Dad, and you're not a failure for passing away, and I'll see you in heaven, and that kind of thing, and I'll see you in my dreams. And so oh, excuse me. Getting a little teary eyed, sorry. But yeah, that's how that happened. At the time, my brother's ex girlfriend showed up there every day, and she was a total bitch to me. She didn't even acknowledge me at the funeral. She didn't even say anything to me. She didn't even come up to me, but yet she could talk to other people around my family, in my family, but me. She was just like that. She was just really um, ignoring toward me and rude toward me, like I was a bother to her. And so that was a disappointment. And at the funeral, a lot of people showed up, but not many people talked to me. I mean, a couple of people talked to me, but my brother was the one, and my aunt, his sister, got up and spoke. My mom didn't even speak. So, but all in all, it was okay. I would have shown pictures and stuff, but I'll show that in a short tomorrow. I'm just coming on here quickly before I go to my dash shift, and I'm not going to show you guys too much of my dashing tonight because I need to hustle for my rent. And I'm not going to show you guys any dash videos tonight because I realized with this phone and not very good lighting, it's really hard to see me at night dashing. So I did do a nighttime dash video last night, so you'll see that. But I had to replace my face when you see just nothing but black darkness when I'm driving with moving stickers. So, but anyways, my feelings are that I just feel kind of a void without my father. I kind of feel lonely without him. But I do have my mom, and we have been leaning on each other quite a bit. And we call each other. I call her every day. Even before he passed, I called her every day, every single day. Um, I wish I had been closer to my father. My brother got to be close to him before he passed for a couple of years with, their fascination with cars and stuff like that. So, but you know what though, I was always his daddy's girl. So, I've always had that with him, and he's always told me I'm special and in a good way and unique and a good person. And so I've always gotten encouragement from him, even up until his passing. And so I guess it's been a year, so it does get a little bit harder. Um, as time goes on. His birthday is coming up August 31st. This year will be the first year, actually the second year, having holidays without him, like 4th of July, Easter, because, well, first year with Easter because he passed away after Easter, but before Christmas and Thanksgiving and stuff. And we didn't even celebrate really last year. We just kind of bypassed that because we thought, what's the point? He's not even here, and we're all in pain about it. And, it was just, he was cremated. He wasn't buried. And so his ashes sit on my mom's dresser. And so I go there and say hi to him once in a while. When I go to the house, I'll go back in the bedroom and say hi. And I miss you and I love you. And I could feel his spirit there sometimes. And I sometimes feel his spirit around me, at certain times. Like I won't even be thinking about him. Like, and I'll be driving and I'll be door dashing and stuff, and then all of a sudden I'll just feel his spirit around me, like just big time, like and I hear in a blink of an eye, in a blink of an eye, and that means that I'll be there in heaven in a blink of an eye, you know, and it feels good to know that, you know. And I've been reading the Bible more since he passed away. So I'm gonna read a Bible. I'm gonna start reading Bible verses to you guys. 'Cause my goal ended is to read the Bible in its entirety and, you know, try to live through the eyes of Christ, you know. Um, I want to go to heaven when I die. So I want to be where he is. And my family, my grandparents, and my cats, and my puppy dogs that I grew up with. And so, anyways, I'm going to end the video here. And if any of you lost your father in the last year or so, write that down in the comments if you made it this far. Um, comment RIP Dad. And even just for me, RIP Mike Camrad. That'd be really cool. And my last name is spelled KAM as in Mary, RAD as in David. Um, anyways, and if you've lost a father or a parent in the last year, let me know what it's been like for you. I like hearing comments from people. I am a brand new channel. I only have 14 subscribers. I do hope to get monetized. That's I'm going to keep posting every day. And consistent posting on this channel, my art channel. If you want to go look at my art, go to Veil 2 Artistry channel. You'll see my art, my piano playing, and I am going to play piano more on that channel too. And I play piano I started learning piano lessons from 7 years old till 19 years old weekly, but I played more off and on as an adult, and I'm going to get back into it again. I know how to read sheet music, write music, and all that kind of stuff. And I play different genres. So, anyways, I'm going to sign off, and I hope you like this background. If you like this background, let me know. I think it's pretty cool. All right. Sure beats using those AI templates. Even though this is AI too, but you know, it's a different form. All right, anyway, see you on my next video. Bye.